Good morning, everybody. I'm Christy, and welcome to Country Living with the Batemans. This morning, I'm going to be making some blackberry jam. My sister-in-law had given us about 4 quarts of blackberries that she had picked off of her neighbor's property and wants some blackberry jam. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. I've got my recipe from the Amish canning cookbook, which I get a lot of recipes, good recipes out of this book. And I will figure out how many blackberries that I have, because this says with 6 cups of crushed blackberries. Then I'll need all this other stuff, but I will have to measure and see exactly how many or how much blackberries I have. But I have, I'm going to use my strainer, plus I've also got in the middle of the other day I got some jelly bags, so I can get majority of the seeds out. I'm going to put them in here and then work them to get out. So this is going to take a while, but I hope you all come along and join me in making this jam. So yeah, come on in and let's get this going, okay? All right. One other thing is that I'm not going to be using my water bath canner. I'm going to use my bigger stock pot. It has a lid with it, but this thing is quite big. I think it's a 23 quart stock pot. But I'm going to put this from my pressure canner. Put this at the bottom of the pot, so that way my jars are not sitting on the bottom of it. So we'll get that filled up with water and get the jars, get them sanitized, and then we will start on getting the process done. So see you in a second. Okay, so what I have here is about 17.5 cups of blackberries. That's a lot of blackberries. So I'm gonna have to do some figuring, but I'm going to see what it's actually gonna be on making this. But what I'm going to do first is that I'm going to put this on and put it on a boil and bring it up to a boil, and then I'm going to transfer these blackberries. Can't you see that? Oh yeah, those are so good. Yep. Blackberries, yeah, they'll stain everything, and I don't want me to be purple. I like purple, but not that much. So I'm gonna bring these to a boil, and then I will transfer them through this into another bowl, and then after I do that, then I'm going to put them into the jelly bags and squeeze all the juice out from here, so to make sure that all the seeds and everything are out. So we're gonna get this started. Get this, I've already got it on. We're gonna bring this to a boil, and then we're gonna pull them out. Now I'm going to use my masher. I'm gonna use my potato masher, and I'm going to kind of squeeze them a little. Let them get all that juice out. Oh, that's what I want, is the juice, not necessarily the seeds. So we're going to continue to work on this, and then I'll bring you back when I'm ready for the next step. So see you all here in just a second. Okay, so they come up to a boil. My jars are ready over here, so whenever I'm ready, they'll be ready. I tried to smash as many berries as I could. I'm still smashing now that they're softer. But what my next step is I'm going to take my ladle and I'm going to ladle it in to my strainer right here that's in my pot. So we're going to strain that, and I'm going to get most liquid as I can, and then I'm going to dump wet seeds and all that other stuff into the jelly bag, and then I will get that into a different bowl. We're gonna have it's a kind of a big process here. So I'm gonna let this cool down just a little while, just because it's way too hot, and then I'll start straining it. But I don't want to leave it till it's too cold, but I will get this going, and I'll bring you back when I start ladling this into this other pot here. So I'll be back. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna kind of get as much of that juice out as I can, and smash up those. Hope I'm not fogging you guys up. I probably am. But make sure the seeds and the skin is all left in here. And then I'm going to dump it into my jelly bag. So keep on doing this. Just kind of strain it out. Because what I want is all that juice. I don't want these seeds, or if there's any stems or anything like that. I don't want that. I just want the juice. Now, I did make a batch of blackberry jam with all the seeds and stuff in it, but it was really seedy, and for some people, you know, it can be kind of difficult to eat. So we're doing it this way. And see, we're getting all that juice. So I'm gonna keep on doing this. And then I'll show you what I do after I put it in the jelly bag and get it all squeezed out from the jelly bag. Some more juice that I wasn't able to get doing it this way. So yeah, we'll get this going. Okay, just to show you what I've got going on here. Here's all the juice that I pulled out from the pot here, and draining it, and that looks really, really so good. I dropped some, so I'll figure out where they're at, but I'm sure one or two is not gonna hurt anything. But so what I did, I'll show you what I'm doing here. Making a mess besides that all over my kitchen. Alright, let's see if I can get you guys. Okay, they come down here, shift a little bit. Okay, so I put it This is just some of the blackberries, and I'm pouring them in, squeezing them into this measuring cup. And I'm just, now this one I've been squeezing on for quite a while, so there's not a whole lot left in here. But I'm just squeezing out as much as that juice in there that I possibly can. I think that one's about good. And then I pour my juice that I have into this pot right here. So I'm going to continue on with this process because I still have all those beans, or not beans, blackberries that I need to squeeze out. So I will be back once I'm done with that, and then we'll get started on making blackberry jam. Okay, see you in a few minutes. Okay, so now that I've made a mess all over me and the counter and the whole kitchen, I'm going to start pouring this juice back into this pot. Now, the same pot that I had cooked them in. I'm not going to clean it all the way. I rinsed it out to get the majority of it out, but I'm just putting the same thing back in. So I'm going to rinse this colander out. And now I'm just going to pour this. Then I'm going to put the pectin in here. Now I've added it up with as many blackberries as I had. We need to put in about 3 boxes of pectin. And that's, it says like 8 cups of sugar per 8, no, it was per 6 cups of blackberries. That was about 24 cups. I'm not putting that much sugar in here. So I've got about 18 cups of sugar, and I probably won't add that all in at once. I'm probably going to wait and see, test it or taste it, see what I think. But yeah, that just seems like an awful lot of sugar. So, and then I've got lemon juice that I will be putting in here. And then what else? Yeah, and the sugar. So but first of all, I'll be putting in the pectin. And I will bring it to a boil that I cannot stir down, and then we'll add in the sugar and lemon juice. And for where I'm at, it's a 15-minute process time. So after I get all this strained out, we will get this started and make up some blackberry jam. This back on, I'm going to add my pectin, which I already have measured out. Might have to do some with it. Let's go. Let's do this. Okay. Here's my pectin. Let me get that stirred in really good. I'll bring you guys closer. Okay. Can you all see that? Alright. So, get this stirred in. Bring this to a boil that I cannot stir down. And then I will add the lemon juice and the sugar. It's about 3/4 cup of lemon juice. And like I said, I put 18 cups of sugar because 24 cups of sugar, that's just a little bit too much. So I'm gonna let this boil, and I'll bring you back once we're come to a boil that we cannot stir down. All right, be back in just a second. Okay, so I don't know if you can see or not from all the steam, but I got my fan on, so I hope you can hear me. But I have come to a boil that I cannot stir down. So I'm going to start adding the sugar to this. And I think I'm going to add about 12 cups of sugar, and then we'll taste it and kind of see where we are from there. So seven, 8, 9, 10, oops, I'll spill some, 11, and 12. Now if I need to add more to it, I definitely will. I'm going to get this stirred in, and I'm going to add 3/4 cup of lemon juice, and then I'm also going to throw in a tab of butter just for the foam. So you don't have to add the tab of butter if you don't want to. It just helps take care of that foam. You can either skim that foam off after it's done. But so what we're going to do now is that we're going to bring this back up to a boil that I cannot stir down. And then we're going to let it process for 4 minutes. Let it cook for 4 minutes while stirring constantly, because you don't want the stuff to burn. And that's too much yummy stuff in there. I'm trying to get this sugar broke up so there's not chunks of sugar in here. I'm trying to get this all melted. But once we get this brought back up to a boil that we cannot stir, I will bring you all back to finish this up. Okay, see you guys in a second. Okay, so now we've come to a boil that we cannot stir down. Bring you in just a little bit closer. There we go. I'm going to set my timer, and I'm going to let this boil for 4 minutes while stirring it constantly, and then it should be done. But I've got spoons in the freezer, so I will check it after the 4 minutes is up. But I'm going to stand here and I'm going to stir this, so I'll be back as soon as 4 minutes is up. See you in a second. Okay, my 4 minutes is up. Let me turn that off. Let this come down. I'm going to stir it while goes down. And then I'm going to grab my spoons out of the freezer and give it a test. But I think it's doing really good. So careful cooking this stuff, it pops. I burnt the top of my hand, it popped on my hand. That looks so delicious. Takes a lot of work, but it's so well worth it in the end. Okay, I'm gonna grab my spoon. Let's do it. You see that? How well that's gelled. Yeah. I say it's done. Looks so yummy. Alright. I'm going to get everything set up. And then I'll be back when we're ready to can this. See you in a second. Okay. Are you ready? We're going to do some jelly. Alright. These jars are just pulled out of the canner, so they're hot. I'm going to fill these up to 1/8 of an inch. And I'm a mess, so I'm always a mess though. This is gonna be delicious. Okay. And take my paper towel. I've got some vinegar right here. I'm gonna wipe down my jars. Told you I'm a mess. But I'm going to use these first 5. I'm going to use Tatler lids because I need to start using them. I'm on Linda's Pantry Pals. Such a wonderful group, and we talked about needing to use the Tatlers more often, and I need to. So let's grab this there. This is hot water. Okay. Now, put your lid on, fingertip tight, and then inch it back about 1/4. And fingertip tight, and then inch it back about 1/4. And I'm going to put these in the canner. Isn't that beautiful? And then get some more jars out and do some more up. Okay, sorry about that. My battery died, and I had to change the battery out. And then I had realized before that those 2 jars I had put in first or second, that I didn't wipe the rim, so I had to get those back out and wipe those down. You have to make sure you wipe those rims or it won't seal. So got that problem fixed and changed the y'all's battery. So let's get back to filling these jars. Okay, so we got 9 pint jars of blackberry jelly. They're all in there, ready to be water bath, and I will water bath these for 15 minutes, and then I'll let it come down for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll pull them out, and when I do that, I'll bring you back. All right, everybody, I will see you in just a second. Okay, I'm bringing you back for a second, cleaning up my mess, and pulled what was left out of my pot here, and I want you to see how nice and thick that already is. I'm letting this cool down, and I can put this in a little jar for us for in the mornings, and so it won't go bad. But also I wanted to bring you back to tell you guys that before you start your processing time of 15 minutes, you want to make sure that you come to a full boil in your canner, and your water is up 1 to 2 inches above your jars at a full boil, and then you start your processing time for 15 minutes. Okay, we'll be back when we're done. Okay, we're back. The canner came off of pressure. Well, it's not pressure, I guess, but it went the 15 minutes, and then I turned the stove off, and then I let it sit here and rest for about 10 minutes. I don't like pulling them out too fast, because to me it's hot in here, but it might be cooler in here. But I've also been working, so, but I want to show you real quick another thing of what that jelly looks like, and it hasn't even been put in the refrigerator yet. So that is going to be absolutely delicious. So let's get these pulled out of the canner. I'll put this is one of the Tatler lids. So I'm going to put that up front, because I'm going to have to shut the lid on it. So let's get, I hope you can see how beautiful these have come out. Another Tatler lid. Now the ones that I'll give my sister-in-law will probably be the ball lids, because I don't want to get rid of my Tatlers. Especially, this is the first time I've used these gaskets on all of these, so but those are absolutely just beautiful. I'll bring you down here just to show you. Oh yes. See how beautiful that is? Yeah, those are just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna put a towel on these. Let's get this, get you back to where you were. There we go. I'm going to, whoa, drop you. Let's not drop you. Sorry about that. Oh goodness, yeah, that wasn't bad. And I'm going to tighten up these lids on the tattlers. Okay, one more. All right, now those are all nice and tight. Making sure they're tight. Okay. Everything looks really good. So, let's get you up here. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. This is the thing I've been needing to do. She gave me those blackberries, and I had them in my freezer for just a little bit. Then I put them in my refrigerator and figured I better get them done. So, and she's patiently waiting. Let these cool down and give them about 24 to 48 hours to come down. Make sure they're all sealed. The tattlers, give them a couple hours after they're cool down, and we will see. So I'm excited y'all are here today with me. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. And if you can, hit the subscribe button with the bell, and you'll be notified of other videos that come out. And give me a thumbs up. I sure do appreciate it, and it really does help. So thank you guys. Everything that you do, God bless, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.